How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. Why chosen ones scare and make people feel intimidated? That's the title of this video. I'm gonna give you a detailed exploration of why chosen ones can evoke fear and intimidation. High expectations. The concept of a chosen one often comes with enormous expectations. People fear that they won't live up to these expectations, which can make the figure appear daunting and intimidating. Unattainable standards. The chosen one is usually portrayed as having superior abilities or qualities. This can create a sense of inadequacy in others who might feel they can never measure up to such high standards. Fear of change. The arrival of a chosen one often signals impending change or upheaval. This can be unsettling for people who are comfortable with the status quo and fear the disruptions that change might bring. Then there's the power imbalance. The chosen one is often imbued with significant power or influence. This power imbalance can make others feel powerless or overshadowed, leading to feelings of intimidation. Then there's jealousy and resentment. There can be envy directed toward the chosen one, especially if their success or qualities seem effortless. This jealousy can foster negative emotions and lead to a sense of fear or hostility. Mystic and uncertainty. The chosen one is frequently surrounded by an aura of mystery. This mystic can be intimidating because it creates uncertainty and unpredictability about their true intentions or capabilities. Prophecy and destiny. The idea that the chosen one is fulfilling a predetermined destiny can be intimidating because it suggests that their path is beyond mere chance or personal effort, which might feel out of reach for others. Then there's isolation. The chosen one is often depicted as being isolated from others due to their unique role or status. This isolation can create a sense of distance and alienation, making them seem intimidating. Then there's sacrifice and burden. The chosen one usually carries a heavy burden or makes significant sacrifices. Observing this can evoke fear and intimidation in others who worry about the personal costs associated with such roles. Then there's resistance to authority. The chosen one may challenge established authorities or systems, which can be threatening to those in positions of power. This defiance can intimidate and unsettle both leaders and followers alike. Then there's manipulation of fate. If the chosen one has the ability to alter fate or control significant outcomes, it can instill fear in those who feel at the mercy of their decisions or actions. Supernatural abilities. Often, the chosen one possesses abilities beyond the norm. This supernatural or extraordinary nature can make them seem threatening to those who do not understand or cannot compete with such powers. Role of the hero. As a hero, the chosen one often undertakes dangerous quests or battles. The inherent risks and the hero's willingness to face them can be intimidating, highlighting their exceptional bravery and strength. Then there's public attention. The chosen one usually attracts significant public attention and scrutiny. This constant focus can be intimidating for others who prefer to avoid the spotlight or public judgment. Then there's legacy and influence. The chosen one's actions can have far-reaching consequences. The potential for their influence to reshape societies or histories can be daunting for those who fear the unknown outcomes. Then there's cultural impact. In many narratives, the chosen one is a cultural icon whose actions resonate deeply with societal values or fears. This cultural significance can enhance their intimidating presence. Then there's fear of obsolescence. Fear of obsolescence. The emergence of a chosen one can threaten established norms or roles, creating fear in those whose own positions or identities might become obsolete or diminished. Then there's heroic expectations. The expectations for the chosen one to perform heroically can be intimidating because it places immense pressure on them to consistently meet or exceed high standards. Then there's the disruption of norms. The chosen one's actions often disrupt societal norms or challenge accepted practices. This disruption can create fear among those who are wary of change or uncomfortable with deviation from the norm. Then there is mythic status. The chosen one is frequently mythologized, becoming larger than life. This mythic status can be intimidating because it places them in an almost untouchable, otherworldly realm. Then there is potential for failure. The immense stakes associated with the chosen one's role can create fear of failure, not just for them, but for everyone affected by the actions. The potential for catastrophic failure adds to the intimidation. Then there is personal sacrifice. The personal sacrifices that the chosen one makes can be daunting, highlighting the extreme lengths they are willing to go for their cause, which can be unsettling for those who might not be ready for such sacrifices. Then there's the responsibility for others. The chosen one often bears the responsibility for the well-being of others or the fate of entire worlds. This heavy responsibility can be intimidating for those who are anxious about the burden of such expectations. Then there's social pressure. There can be immense social pressure on the chosen one to conform to their role or fulfill their destiny, making their position appear fraught with stress and challenge. Then there is isolation from peers. The chosen one might be isolated from their peers due to their unique role or abilities. This isolation can create a sense of otherness that is both intriguing and intimidating. There is the potential for harm. The power or influence of the chosen one can potentially cause harm if misused. This potential for harm can make their presence intimidating as it raises concerns about the consequences of their actions. Then there is the historical parallels. Historical figures who were considered chosen after oftenly faced intense scrutiny and conflict. The parallels to these figures can add a layer of fear and intimidation based on the historical precedents. Then there's the impact on relationships. The chosen one's role can strain or alter personal relationships, creating fear about how their actions might affect those around them, including loved ones and allies. Then there's the expectation of perfection. The chosen one is often expected to be perfect or nearly so. This expectation can be intimidating as it sets a standard that is nearly impossible to achieve, increasing the pressure on them. Then there's the conflict with personal goals. The chosen one's journey can conflict with the personal goals or desires of others, leading to feelings of intimidation and resentment, as their path may overshadow individual ambitions. Then there's the symbol of authority. The chosen one often symbolizes a form of authority or control that can be intimidating to those who feel threatened by such power or by the changes it represents. Then there's the unpredictability. The chosen one's actions can be unpredictable, creating a sense of uncertainty and fear about what they might do next and how it will affect others. Then there's the narrative focus. In many stories, the chosen one is the central focus, which can overshadow other characters and their stories. This central focus can make them seem imposing and intimidating. Then there's the fear of the unknown. The chosen one's journey often involves venturing into unknown territories or facing unforeseen challenges. This element of the unknown can be frightening and intimidating to those who prefer stability. Then there is the legacy of conflict. The chosen one's role often involves conflict or struggle, which can create fear about the ongoing legacy of such conflicts and their impact on future generations. Then there's the manipulative potential. The chosen one's abilities or influence can be seen as potentially manipulative, raising fears about how they might use their power and whether it might be turned against others. There's the public perception. The chosen one's public persona and the way they are perceived by society can contribute to an intimidating aura, especially if they are seen as an infallible or heroic figure. Then there's the comparative inferiority. The chosen one's exceptional qualities can make others feel comparatively inferior, leading to intimidation and insecurity about their own abilities or worth. Then there's the existential threat. The chosen one's role often involves confronting existential threats or dangers, which can amplify fears about the severity and scale of these threats. Then there's the intense scrutiny. The chosen one is often subject to intense scrutiny and judgment, creating a high-pressure environment that can be intimidating for both them and those around them. Then there's a change in power dynamics. The emergence of a chosen one can shift existing power dynamics, creating fear among those who may lose their influence or status as a result. Then there's unmet expectations. The fear of the chosen one failing to meet expectations can be as intimidating as the expectations themselves, as it raises concerns about the consequences of their failure. Then there's the symbolic significance. The chosen one often carries symbolic significance that can evoke deep emotional reactions, including fear and intimidation, due to the weight of what they represent. Then there's the potential for division. The chosen one's role can create division among different groups or factions, leading to fear and intimidation as their actions might polarize opinions and create conflict. Then there's the transformation of reality. The chosen one's ability to transform or reshape reality can be intimidating because it challenges the existing understanding of the world and the norms that people are accustomed to. Then there's the historical comparisons. Comparisons to historical or legendary figures who are deemed chosen can add a layer of fear and intimidation, especially if their stories involve significant conflict or upheaval. Then there's the burden of success. The pressure to succeed and achieve great things can be daunting for the chosen one, and this burden can create an intimidating aura as they strive to meet these high expectations. Then there's the impact on personal identity. The chosen one's role can impact their personal identity and self-perception, creating fear and intimidation about how their journey might change who they are. There's the challenges to personal beliefs. The chosen one's actions or beliefs can challenge existing personal or societal beliefs, creating intimidation as people grapple with the implications of these challenges. The classic hero's journey often involves overcoming great obstacles and facing tremendous dangers. The chosen one's participation in this journey can be intimidating, as it highlights their extraordinary courage and the scale of the challenges they face. Now, these factors that I've mentioned in this video contribute to why the figure of the chosen one can be a source of fear and intimidation, reflecting a complex interplay of expectations, power, and the unknown. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.